Hello everybody and welcome to Amphlett Reviews, and today we're doing the third and final impressions on Drive the film and this glorious 4K edition thanks to 88 Films. I've talked about this film quite a few times now on the channel. I'm a big fan of the film, as you may have gathered, and it's surprising how like 2 years ago I basically did a review for the film, comeback review. It was originally going to be a Jackie Chan film, but I ended up watching Drive on Amazon Prime. Absolutely fell in love with it. I thought this was a mind-blowing, why is no one talking about this film? Why is no one aware of this? Why is it on a terrible, low-quality DVD? Pre kind of Rush Hour, I believe, kind of era of kind of, Hong Kong-inspired American-based movies. And it was an absolute blast. And this was the theatrical cut, which I really enjoyed. I liked the music, I enjoyed that version of the film. And I really wanted to kind of get the word out there, and look, a lot of people liked the review I did. And then it got a US-based release, surprisingly, almost a year later, with the director's cut and a full kind of 4K transfer. Also, we imported extras, but a nice booklet, a nice edition. Surprising for a film like that to even get a release like that. This is on the verge of, Hong Kong cinema getting its kind of, renaissance in that sense. And now, in 2022, Drive is on 4K in the UK thanks to 88 Films, and it's mind-blowing. This has gone full circle for me in terms of this film. I never ever would have thought this film would have got a 4K release, and being the fact this is 88 Films' first edition, it's one to go for sure, and it's a good crowd pleaser. It's a great film, great time, very easily accessible, whether you're a Hong Kong fan or just kind of dipping your toe into that kind of that world. I think everyone can enjoy this film, no matter if you're you're a hardcore Hong Kong fan or just an action fan in general. If you like comedy, if you like action, if you like great characters, if you like kind of like this kind of pre-Rush Hour kind of Matrix kind of vibe kind of thing, a bit of like Resident Evil kind of exploring again from the third time watching this film. And it's a great addition. I've just flipped the artwork over there. It's the same artwork, I believe it was slightly different from the one here, but yeah, just a great release from 88. Just going to show you there. This would be the poster, and this is the brand new artwork design, which looks fantastic. It's very shiny and glossy. I love it, it's fantastic. All the extras on this edition is imported over from the MVD release, I believe. So it's all the same extras from the DVD sets. It includes the obviously the 4K transfer from the director's cut, extended director's cut, 118 minutes. And then it also has the original kind of theatrical cut also, which is 100 minutes. So you get both cuts on the film, but that one is just the standard kind of old 1080p definition. So you still get decent quality for both, but obviously if you want to go for the director's cut, the more I've watched it, I've really preferred the director's cut extended versions. Much better. I like those extra scenes. I like those kind of downtime moments with him in the car, Mike Dacascos and Kit in the car, and there's kind of dancing and singing along. He has a whole dance number, kind of karaoke kind of sequence towards the third act. I mean, what can I say about Drive that hasn't already been said on the channel and probably from other people covering it? It's just a great movie. It's just a really fun kind of late 90s film that just kind of, works so well with what it's trying to achieve. Just, really showing off, all these fantastic actors very early on in their career. All three of these actors have done pretty well for themselves, and they've gone on to do really good stuff. Mike Dacascos, of course, is kick-ass, and going from this to seeing him actually in John Wick 3, first introduction to Mike Dacascos, and being such a great, charismatic, kind of fun villain for John Wick to kind of take on, and the fact that he was kind of very chill but also very kind of ruthless. I really appreciate that performance, and I really liked who this guy was. I don't know who he was at the time, and then going back on his films like Crying Freeman and obviously Drive, just kind of see, man, this guy has done some pretty solid films, and yet not many people are talking about him. It's crazy. And being this is my third and final kind of impressions on the film itself, on the editions, I don't think this is going to get an 8K release. The extended director's cut definitely allows for a bit more fleshed out of these characters and give them a bit more of a breathing room. Adds the love interest back to Mark Dacascos' character. Fleshes out a bit more of Kit Harington's character as well. There's a bit more downtime with them kind of singing and dancing, and has a karaoke sequence. There's a bit where they're kind of laughing and joking in the car, and you kind of get to know them a bit better. Those extra scenes are great, and even the deleted scenes, even though I understand why they took them out of the film, I still think they're pretty good, and I think that you could put them back in, but I understand that you don't want the film to drag on for too long. You don't want to stay in the same location for too long. You want to get to the bigger set pieces. So I fully understand why they kind of cut certain bits out, but the extra 8 minutes of the film definitely, I think, are appropriate, definitely need to be in there. And obviously the rescoring as well, I think is much more appropriate to the film. Even I like the theatrical cut's original score. You know, I've used it quite a few times and, you know, jokingly on the videos. So what are your thoughts and opinions, guys, on Drive? Please comment down below. What are your thoughts and additions on the edition itself? Did you pick up the 4K? Did you pick up the Blu-ray edition? Have you still got the US release? Do you remember the film back when it came out? So until next time, guys, Amphlett Reviews, signing out.